had some onion sets. I'm just going to show you how to, well, how I put mine on. These are Red Ray from Sutton's. These came out about 4 years ago. Beautiful onion set. I had them in a box because I had 4 lots. These are my mates, so I'll show you what I do from start. I empty them all out. Then to make sure there's no soft ones or whatever, all I do is rub the onions. That gets the old skins off. While you're doing that, you're also feeling to make sure that that they're more firm and solid. If there are any soft ones, then clear them off. There's a couple here I got out earlier on. If they don't look very well, then they ain't very well. Bin them. Because if there's any disease, I mean them will grow, but any disease later on, and they'll be the first ones to go. So them are his sets, so I'll put them back for him. Mine I've got out earlier. I've rubbed all these down, all the hard skins them off. What I do for my compost, what I use flog from our trade, he says now, Erin multi-purpose. All I do is get me compost container, which is an old bowl, and I just rub it out into there. Any big lumps, then I'll get them out. The big lumps go in my compost. So it's 4 compost in there, plus worm casts. I've got these here. I do exactly the same again, just rub the lumps out. This is a nice mix with the compost. And then my last additive is vermiculite. I use this with everything, love it. The good thing about this, there's somebody, well, one of the experts at the Edinburgh Garden Show that was running this down, which I found out later. If I'd have been at the talk, I'd have said something, and I had somebody else fall out of me. But this is one of our best sellers down the shed, meaning people keep coming back for it, meaning it works. What does it do? It holds warmth, moisture, and more importantly, oxygen. You've got to have air to the roots, and that's why I use it. Lovely stuff. Right, that lot mixed up ends up like this. Beautiful mix. What do I use then? This is through trial. Everything I do is through trial and error. I used to throw them straight into a full size seed tray, nice and solid, not a flimsy one like this one, because they've got to hold a bit of weight. 15 tray inserts. If you bung them in, then get your drinking cups. I use these with everything, whether I'm pricking out leeks, peppers, tomatoes, I use these. Once that's filled, I can move them around the greenhouse easily. If you put compost straight in there and put your onion set in, when you get them out, you're going to knacker the tray up, plus you're disturbing the root structure. The least disturbance, the better. That's why I use drinking cups. For drainage, I just snip them either side. There's my drainage. I'll just do one row, otherwise we'll be here all bloody night. Basically, compost in there. Firming, how do I firm it? That's how I firm it. Tap it down a bit and then level him off. The kids up the school, when they're firming, they wedge their bloody fingers and everything. So I tell them off politely and start again. If you're firming too hard, then don't forget them are small roots, young roots that have come out. You don't want to make them too hard, make them work too hard. They've only just started living. Just help them out. Once these are planted outside, that's when you firm them in, not when you start off like this. Right, then I'll fill that lot and get me sets. I've already rubbed them out. If they've got big ones on like that, then just pull them off. But not too far down, because some of these are started to spurt already. Bung them in the middle, obviously, but just about sticking up. Right, let's get this started. I then take them outside, watering. I use these caps. Quite a few places flog these now at the garden shows. They're ideal. the smaller or the finer the water particle, the better. And they fit straight onto a can you come close in here, man? Because I've got a bucket of rainwater in here, not tap water. Tap water is full of crap. So this is greenhouse temperature. My bottle I've filled up. I wait till it settles and all the crap will float to the surface. Then I just squeeze it. So then I know that isn't going to block this up. So I then take him outside. I'm just going to have a perv out there. Once I've bunged him out, then I'll give him a good watering. It's going to soak in nicely. There's one, he's started off already. So as soon as you can unpack when you get them, start them off or plant them out. But these can go in a cold frame, cold greenhouse, whatever, as long as I'm frost free. But these will have at least 3 or 4 of these bottles. I've already had a good soaking before we come out. Marking, if I was to give him a good dollop, I think, oh, that'll do him. But he won't. There's a good thing about drinking cups, you can see it draining down the cup. And it's surprising how much the compost and the vermiculite soak up. Don't forget you've got the drainage, because you've put the holes in the bottom. So they ain't going to drown. Still ain't coming through. They are just coming through now. So just give it a good soaking, then you can leave these for a week or so. But these lot then go in the bottom of my greenhouse. I've just moved, have a quick nose up here. I've just moved these out. These are my eating licks. There's some for myself, some for the Bringer by Colligate Garden Club and the Fairfield West Mids. This is the easiest way. I'll start them off now, eating leeks, and the sweet peas in there. Them have just started to come through, as you can see. But that lot's for a Bringer by and 18. So them have just come out the bottom of the greenhouse, meaning we got a bit of room for these lot. So them lot will go in here. This is heated now, 50 minimum. These are taters I had for my mate from Jersey, Steve Vibard. Jersey mids these will go out soon. I always start everything off in pots. If I was to plant out and you get a duffin, then you've lost a space. Exactly the same with these. If I was to plant them straight in on the plot, and you get some duffins, you've got a hole. You've missed a place like. Starting off like this, then it's you know you're only going to put decent ones out. What we got in here, quick break. Saved me fuchsias for last year. I now do exactly the same with my chili peppers. As you can see, he's just starting new growth. This is Jigsaw, one of my Ottons. I did save the Carolina Reaper and all, but I lost him. But should get on. Pot leeks, blanch leeks, peppers in there. These are 8-ounce onions. Loads of them, love them. They are 11 minimum last night in there. Parsnips for the kids up the school. I'll be planting them out Tuesday, ready for their trug competition. Just going to have a perv out here again. Right, the only thing I've got planted out to be is shallots. And I put these probably out about 3 weeks ago. And planted out alright. Soil had got I'd had a good watering. So I know I've got the moisture in there. And then put black and white on top. That keeps the warmth and moisture in, because I've sealed it all the way around, as you can see. But if you can see that one and that one smaller, when they all went out, they was all the same size. I mean, they're good size. I've selected the best, obviously, with them at Boston size. But these two, the next day, they'd been lifted, and straight away, I think but nobody can get over here, and it ended up as a bloody squirrel. God knows what he was after. That's why them. I mean, I bunged it back in again, give them a good watering. But if I lose them, then nature aid. Highs and lows. All these beds just have dormant over the winter. Same as this one. Before I put these on here, I do a moisture check. Lift that. If it's nice and moist, then I know it's doing well. If it's dry, then it's ticking over. If it's nice and moist, then the soil, bacteria and fungi is working. So that was watered. These beds I might as well check now. I was going to check these tomorrow. See, he's drying out a bit there in the middle. Obviously when it rains, it gets on the ends and the sides, but he needs watering. Still got the moisture in there, but this is a good brew now. By the time it's due to pot out, but I want to keep him nice and moist. So I'll water him again tomorrow. Once I've done the shopping and everything else. That lot. I think that's about it, Ben. So, oh, that'll do. Hope you have learned something.